Hello and welcome to another episode of Steelfur Supremacy, my new playlist for competitive videos focused on winning, I guess. Winning drafts, winning sealed, winning whatever you have, really. And we're here today. We're going to talk through some pack one pick ones from drafting. We're going to talk through, what you might pick second, etc. What the best cards are in a pack that comes to you. I think this will be quite an interesting video. Talk a bit through the thought process of Aria and what that will entail and how I think you should be choosing various things. Based on that, I think this will be a very interesting video. It's kind of like a bonus video for me this week because I've already recorded 2, but I thought I'd just do this for 10 or 15 minutes and then I might do another pack one, pick one session next week or so, see if my logic has changed, reevaluate my decisions, see how anything works. So a quick note, I guess, let's go to the actual website. For this video, we are going to be using the FAB DB limited practice tool, a feature which is available for a certain tier of subscriber. I can't remember, I think it's the middle or the highest tier of subscriber on the FAB DB website. Obviously, the person who makes FAB DB does a lot of work for playing, for people playing the game, and obviously, it's a good idea to support people who make websites that we use. I do have one request, which is that it would be great if you would update this monarch art into, of course, the tree, which we know and love and has become my default backdrop since the launch of Tales of Aria. So in limited practice, you can go to limited practice, you can ask for team seal practice, you can have sealed practice solo, where you just get 6 boosters. And we have the new draft practice, which is open to everyone. Okay, this is the new feature that's been added. So I misspoke a second ago. Sealed practice is only available to Majestic and Legendary supporters. Draft practice, however, is open to everyone. So we go into draft. We can pick our set. Obviously, we want Tales of Aria. That will be the set that we are drafting competitively. And we can now go in, pack one, pick one in Tales of Aria. Now, obviously, Shiver is a token, and Seismic Surge is also a token, so that's not a good look for the algorithm. How many other cards are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Okay, so there are 15 other cards. I haven't looked at this feature yet, so I'm kind of just going to review it. How does it look? So this Beguardianing is obviously the foil. We've got our 2 rares, and then, so we've got an elemental slot, another elemental slot, then there's 3, there's 2, so basically anywhere in these 4 slots you can get elemental, ice and earth cards. In the 5th slot you can have an elemental card or a class card, then you have 2 rare slots, then you have a foil slot, an equipment or an amulet slot, and then you have 2 cards for each of the classes, right? So let's start with this pack. What is the best card objectively in this pack? That's actually a hard decision, right? Because I don't think there's a card in this pack that is necessarily stupidly powerful to the level, right? You have some good options. Buzzbolt is fine if you want to play Lexi. Arcanic Shockwave is good. Inspire Lightning Red is fine. Overflex Yellow is very, very good. Weave Ice is excellent and can be very good in Oldhim and Lexi. Explosive Growth is a strong Briar card. Beguardianing is a 2 for 7. If played from Arsenal, very strong card. So Tomorrow draws you a card. Beguardianing also draws you a card. And Ball Lightning is just really good for pushing damage and go again if you want to draft Briar. Well, I guess, or in Lexi as well. So I think there are some good choices here. What would we choose as our pack one, pick one? Now, my logic has always been to draft elements first and class cards second. I explained why in my previous draft video as to why I think that's the best strategy. If you can draft a lot of an element, you can deny the fusion cards to classes. So even if, for example, I picked this Arcanic Shockwave, if someone else is focused on picking Lightning, that's not going to be able to fuse and it's going to be subpar. However, as we said, going heavy into a class from the start, especially when you're choosing from these cards and not from the rares, which can be random, sends clear signals to the people drafting next to you as to what you've chosen, and therefore can be quite interesting. I think my first pick from this pack would either be Weave Ice or Ball Lightning. think Ball Lightning is strong, even in blue, especially if you end up drafting Briar. I think Weave Ice is a very strong card, as a rare, you're not as likely to see it again. But I will say that I've seen Weave Ice table a lot more than I've seen Ball Lightning. Personally, I think I would just start off with Ball Lightning. Right? Okay, so this isn't really... yeah, I mean, it's not really draft practice, because obviously I can't pick a card and then get another random pack handed to me with one card missing, which is kind of what I would need in order to, properly practice draft. But we can at least open more packs and see what we get in this pack. Again, 2 tokens, which doesn't really make sense. So we've taken a Ball Lightning. Imagine this is our second pack, right? So 1 card is missing from here. Oh no, I tell you what, we'll just do some more pack 1 pick ones, okay? So let's ignore the fact that we taken Ball Lightning here. Let's just go in for this as another fresh pack, right? So we've got Entwine Ice, yellow, not a great card. Amulet of Earth is in the wrong spot, but that's okay. I think they can roll in the front, but I think... No, actually, I don't think they can, so that's something to look into. Chill to the Bone, all right. Shock Striker Red is actually fantastic. Shock Striker Blue, also good. Cold Wave is good. Explosive Growth is good. Winter's Bite is all right. Entangles, not so great. Strength of Sequoia, okay, so this is messing up a little bit. Okay, so that's fine. I mean, he needs to tune his algorithm. You can't get 3 Guardian cards like this in a row. There will always be 2 of each. So this should actually just be a Briar card. We do have Inspire Lightning, Flake Out. None of these class cards are very good. So I think here you'd probably go for Shock Striker Red. Or if you really don't want to play, Shock Striker Red, but if you really don't want to play Lexi or Briar, then you go for Winter's Bite or Winter's Bite or Chill to the Bone. Right. Let's look at the third pack. Okay, so in this pack, again, we have 3 Runeblade cards down here, which doesn't really make sense. So there's still some fine tuning to be done here, but that's not the point. This is still a good tool for practicing pack 1 pick ones. So yeah, we have good cards. We have Polar's Grass Blue is really good. Remember, it draws you a card when you play it. It also pitches for 3 as an ice card. You don't mind fusing with it, because then you arsenal it and then draw a card when you play it next turn. And also, paying 1 to stop you getting Dominate is actually a bit of a bait, because any card can pay 1, but they're still giving you a card that, can't block. So it's actually a big deal, and it's kind of annoying. Lightning Surge is all right in red. Yeah, Shock Striker in yellow is great. Lightning Press is fantastic. Flash Freeze is not good, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of Flash Freeze. Snapshot is all right. I think your best choices in this pack are either Shock Striker Red, Lightning Surge Red, Polar Blast, or Lightning Press. I think any of these are actually really strong choices. You could, if you really want to take Bravo, you could draft the Glacial Footsteps first. Or, sorry, Bravo. I keep saying Bravo. Oldhim. Glacial Footsteps Red is a pretty solid first pick, but I don't really think it's the best card here. I think Winter's Grasp, which is a 2 for 6 in the red, and Confuse, Polar Blast, Lightning Surge, Shock Striker, all of these are really good. So you actually have multiple choices here, depending on really what you want to play. And that's kind of, up to you, really, what you want to play. Anyway, let's do some more. And see what we get. So pack 1 here. Okay, we are missing... Yep, we're missing a few cards there, but that's okay. Pulsarizer Loft is the obvious choice here. It fuses 2 elements. It's a very powerful card if you decide to go Oldhim. If you really don't want to play Oldhim, then Ball Lightning is the other natural choice. It works really, really well with Lexi and Briar, and it's just really good for pushing damage. So I think taking a Ball Lightning would be fine. Taking Weave Earth could be quite good. That's quite a strong card. Lightning Surge is quite strong. I think if you're happy playing Oldhim, then Pulse of Ice and Loft is the obvious choice, and then just see if you get enough cards to use it in the next few packs. But if you don't, if you don't want to play Oldhim, then feel free to take Ball Lightning. I think as pack one, pick one here. Weave Earth maybe, but I think Ball Lightning in Briar and Lexi is better in Briar than Weave Earth. And it's not going to table. You're never going to get a Ball Lightning happening going around the table. Weave Earth is sometimes not chosen, but I don't think Weave Earth Red would ever be not chosen. So you're probably going to lose that card, but you will get the Ball Lightning. You may get the Lightning Surge Yellow back because it's a great card, but it's still a yellow and it's an instant, and people will be trying to build up their arsenal of better cards that will attack and defend and block before going there. So you could take one of those. I think the Pulsarizer Loft is the obvious choice. Down here, Singeing Steelblade is very good, but I don't think you want to commit to Briar with a Singeing Steelblade when you can take Ball Lightning instead. So, and that's a pretty solid option. In here, we have another Ball Lightning Red, so that would be a really good choice as well. Heaven's Claws Blue is not so great. It's still good because it's a pitch and it fuses. Shock Striker Yellow is very good. Weave Earth Red is very good. Weave Lightning Yellow is very good. Glacial Footsteps is good as well. And then you have Bramble Spark Blue. It can always be worth taking Bramble Sparks. It's one of the best cards in the format. So I guess here you do have a few choices as well. You've got Ball Lightning if you want to stay open with the elements. You've got Heaven's Claws for good pitch and good options, but I wouldn't take it over a red Ball Lightning. If you want to go Lightning, because the Heaven's Claw Blue might table to you, to be honest, because it's not the most desirable card. If you don't want to play Lightning, Weave Earth is a solid choice. I wouldn't say... I mean, Cold Wave is fine. No, that's an arrow, so Cold Wave isn't really the choice I would choose here. I would either take the Glacial Footsteps or the Bramble Spark, or I would take one of the element cards. So if I really wanted to play Briar, I would take the Bramble Spark probably, because the odds are Bramble Spark isn't going to table. Ball Lightning won't table either, so really if you want to play Briar, you have to choose between one of those two. But Bramble Spark is very good, and it's a blue pitch. Ball Lightning is more damage. I think in this situation, I would probably take the Ball Lightning, and maybe the Bramble Spark will table, because it is a blue and it just can't buff as much. But I would also be very happy taking the Bramble Spark. I think the main reason I go for Ball Lightning here is that it keeps me open, so I can still pivot into Lexi if that's what people are taking. The only thing to be wary of with that choice is that by passing a Bramble Spark on your pack one, pick one, you are very, very likely signaling I'm not playing Briar. Whereas if you pass this pack out with the Briar card missing, then you're very, very likely to not get the... You're very, very likely to pass the signal, okay, I'm taking Briar, which may make someone pass on the Ball Lightning. I don't think anyone does pass on the Ball Lightning in the pack 2 pick, but they could, and that's an option. So then we look at the third pack, just for a bit more to see here. Did a card just disappear there? I don't know. Okay, so Beburgeoning, So Tomorrow, Winter's Grasp, Tilt to the Bone, Electrify, Weave Earth, Biting Gale, Mulch, Entangle, Blizzard Bolt, Fake Out, and then 3 Runeblade cards. So still not entirely accurate. I think here... So Tomorrow is a good choice. Electrify is probably your default good choice to start with. It's a really good card. Weave Earth Yellow is a very good card as well. Biting Gale Mulch, not really that good. Beburgeoning Blue, not really that good. So Tomorrow Blue isn't great, but it is an Earth card that pitches, so it's not bad. Blizzard Bolt Red is good. The other cards here aren't amazing. Singeing Steelblade Blue is fine, but I think if you're going to play Briar, you clearly take the Electrify. Let's do 3 more, and then I need to call it a day, but we'll do more of these videos over the course of the next few weeks. These are just going to be short and sweet pack one, pick one updates that I've been planning on doing for a while. Yeah, so there we go. Invigorate, Break Ground, Beburgeoning, Soul Tomorrow, Shock Striker Yellow, Explosive Growth Blue, Fulminate is kind of a bait card, Thump, Veil of Flash. Yeah. I think here, your main choice, I think Break Ground Red is pretty strong. I think Beburgeoning Red is pretty strong as a pack one, pick one. I think Shock Striker Yellow is another good choice. You could take Fulminate. In Limited, it's not as bad as it is in Constructed. It is a powerhouse here, so maybe if you do want to play... I would say if you want to play Earth, I would take it. I don't think the Lightning effect is very strong because it requires you to have a lot more attacks, which you're not as likely to get. But if you do play Earth, then it is probably a good choice. So you could play it in Oldhim or in Briar. I would probably take it if I plan on playing Briar. If not, I would go for something like Break Ground or the Thump. I guess I would take the Thump, but I'm not really keen on picking a Thump red. Pack one, pick one. Electrify red is definitely the best card we've got here. Icequake actually is amazing as well. So if you don't want to play Lightning, I would take the Icequake. Yeah, I think that's fairly straightforward. I think those are the two best cards in the pack. I think you could potentially... No, I'm not going to go into the other ones. The other ones aren't as good. I would take one of those two as a pack one, pick one, because you've got a really good Oldhim card in Icequake and Lexi. You've got a really good Lexi and Briar card and Electrify. I think you just grab one of those. Right, so we've got a Ball Lightning Yellow, not a bad choice. Winter's Grasp again, blocks for 3, and is and is an ice card, so Confuse is brilliant. Turn Timber Blue is actually very, very good. Turn Timber is really powerful. It's one of the best defense reactions in the set, if not the best defense reaction in the set. And this Turn Timber Blue will block for 6 if you fuse it, so it's a really strong pack one, pick one. Bramble Spark Red. As we said before, Bramble Spark Red is basically the hey, Briar is open signal. So if you see this, it probably means that Briar is open. If you take it, it's a very good indicator to people that Briar is closed. If it were me and I opened this in pack one, I would take the Bramble Spark Red just to make sure I either went Briar with it, depending on what other people did, or to make sure that it wasn't in the hands of Briar. If I really didn't want to play Briar, I'd probably take the Winter's Grasp or the Ball Lightning. If I knew I was playing Oldhim, I might take the Turn Timber, but I think Bramble Spark is the best card in this pack. Very easy. Right, we're going to leave it there. This is a nice short and sweet video just to keep you happy into the week. And yeah, as always, let me know what you think. If you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. If you like this video, we'll be doing more like them. There's a lot of time before Nationals comes around where we have to talk about drafting. Hopefully this tool gets developed a bit more so that it's more accurate, and hopefully it gets developed a bit more so that you can actually take a card and have a random pack given to you or something like that, so you can properly show off how to draft. And that's it, really. Have a great day, and of course, I've been Steelfur, and it's been fantastic to speak to you.